debating on what I'm gonna do with the weeping willow. It just never did snap back up from the snowstorm. I mean, it's a weeping willow. It's kind of a bushy tree anyway. I'll probably just let it go for now and try to figure out what I'll do later. I might trim some of the branches off this one side and get it down to more of a skinny stalk. See if I can kind of pull it back up a little bit. I don't know yet. I'm thinking this year I'm going to go ahead and trim the butterfly bush back down, let it regrow as well.
Yeah. Well, that escalated quickly. So did that. What you thinking about?
Well, my knowledge is limited in this area. In fact, you see how the tree is leaning now? It used to be straight and then it kind of branched in both directions. But when the ice storm hit and the snowstorm hit, it pulled it over enough to where it now has the permanent bend. In theory, I could try to bend it the other way, but that's just more stress, and I don't think that's healthy and good for it. So what I'm thinking about doing is cutting off basically every limb. So this one here, this one, and these two, and leave just the stump and let it basically branch back out from there. But I mean, I don't know if that's going to kill it. If it's bad to cut all the green off, I mean, so if anyone has any expertise in trimming a bent over weeping willow that now has a bend to it, please let me know. You may be the difference between life and death of this tree, because I'm probably going to cut every limb off of it, top it out, and see if it will bush back out. But I'm having fun. I'm out in my element, doing me some, it's not woodworking, but it's kind of woodworking. It's woodworking before it's dead. Yeah, I haven't actually been able to get out into the yard and do any good stuff in a while now. It feels good. I'm trying to also figure out what to do with this, because a lot of this is like, I mean, it's still, there's a lot of rotten in here.
It looks really...
Like, I'm thinking I'm just gonna cut this thing down to the ground and just see if it will grow back up. I put the chainsaw out and just cut every one down and just let it regrow this year.
Or maybe just pull it up. I mean, it
was here with the house, and not like I paid anything for it. But I mean,
it really is a busy road today.
It's Saturday. It's trash day.
Ah.
But yeah, I may just go ahead and just chainsaw this down and see what happens. If it doesn't come back well, then I'll pull it up. What do you think? Objections?
I think so.
No objections then?
I'm not going to say that yet.
Well, if you don't say it now, it's probably going to wind up getting cut down in like 10 minutes.
Ah!
In fact, you need to let me record you. Look, she's sitting on the deck. Beautiful.
I'm not beautiful today.
Oh, yes, you are. You're beautiful every day.
Not pretty today.
Yeah, you are. The first sitting of the deck for the season.
The only sitting on the deck for the season.
Well, for you, I'm planning on using this deck. I want to make the deck inviting and usable this year. I mean, we had beautiful flowers on it last year.
Do you know it's been 4 years since we painted lipstick on a pig?
You can tell because the lipstick's about worn off.
The lipstick is about worn off. At least it's not pink.
Yeah, it still looks better than the way it looks when we got here. And the railings are still in better shape than when we got here. It's really been 4 years since I did that?
Yes.
Wow.
So,
hey, it served its purpose. It's held up well enough for what we needed it to.
I think that we probably need to, what do you call it?
Well, remember, my whole goal is that this entire thing is going to get ripped off so that windows and siding can be redone.
I know.
Because you can't really properly do that with this stuff butted up against it.
I understand that, but we're not doing that this year.
Or are we?
There's
Yeah, probably not.
there's something else that cost a lot of money.
Yeah, I meant to tell you about that. That's why I invited you out here.
Huh?
I noticed that my bird feeder was leaning. So I pushed on it thinking that it was loose in the ground. I heard cracking. I think I gotta put a new bird feeder post up.
What?
Yeah, it's a pressure treated 4x4 that's only like 4 years old. But I'm thinking the fact that I used that fake foam concrete, maybe the water gets in there and it just, where regular concrete seems to last a lot longer. Long story short, I think I've got to put up a new 4x4 post for my bird feeder. You know what that means? Lowe's trip!
That's not the money I was talking about.
What were you talking about?
I was talking about that money.
But they don't know about that money yet.
I don't know.
Another project I want to do is refurbish this bird feeder right here that has basically gone to pot. The plastic pieces that were inside of it just completely faded and crapped out. So that's one of my projects that I want to do. I actually bought glass to replace it. The birds love this feeder. Let me reiterate, the cardinals love this feeder. They do not like any of those feeders the same way. They'll use them, but they do not like them. I also need to get the big dead tree cut down back there. I think it's time to go ahead and pay somebody to haul off the pile of bricks down there. And the pile of trash over here from the chimney that used to be on the side of the house, but we tore it down so they could put the roof on. The rose bush from last season that we wanted to sort of try to bring back to life is not doing horrible. It's actually got some decent green and limbs coming out on it this year. So hopefully we're building a good strong root system on that, and that'll help take. I say still the old chimney still right at ground level, so I still got to get it pulled out. Yep. Got to refresh that antenna. I want to replace it with a different brand on a better pole. So there's all kinds of projects out here that need to be done.
Oh yeah, you can see what color the floor is. I mean, what it used to be.
What's funny is now it almost matches the faded red that we have. Almost matches that color a little bit. I know it's still pink, but yeah, I want to get this deck. Yeah, I think getting this whole area back here cleaned up this year is my goal this year. Get all that cardboard burned up, and all the stones that are just laying around hauled off. But the saplings that your mother threw away from her, what do you call it?
That were bad.
Yes,
I mean, they look pitiful.
Are doing well. But anyway, that's about all I've got for this little journey.